Hello and welcome again to a new tutorial. Today I'd like to show you how to make your own spaghetti holders for a nice top. You probably know the problem. Maybe you bought yourself a while ago a nice little top, but each time you wear it, it happens that it slips down and you're pulling on it again, or you're pulling on the bottom, and it never stays in any position where you would like to have it. I have exactly the same problem with this top that I have, but I love to wear it because of the nice colors. Therefore, I am going to make these very special holders now to keep this little top up on me. I cut some long stripes in a lining material because I could have chosen a rubber strap for it, but with the rubber straps, if you make them a little bit too short, you have the opposite problem. It keeps pulling your top up, which you don't want either. And also with the rubber, they like to wear out very fast. So I got some lining material here. I cut this in 3 different colors, exactly in the colors which I have in this top. And you will see later what I'm going exactly to do with those. It's going to be very fine, small holders then to keep this top up. The width I cut those is 2.5 centimeters. The length at the moment is much longer than I will need it, but it's better to cut it a little bit longer and then later on cut it to exactly the size and the length you need. So let's start doing it. So for this top I cut 6 of my stripes. To repeat, I cut them in 2.5 centimeter widths. I got 2 pink ones, 2 green ones and 2 white ones. Now you fold them in half, edge on edge, and start to sew them 5 to 6 centimeters width. That will be your finished holder then that we're creating. Check if you have a thin material, if the tension of your sewing machine, of your thread is correct, otherwise you have to adjust that. So just go all the way along the stripe, exactly in the same width. When you come to the end, you don't go straight on. To make the turning over easier, you go now much wider. That means your seam will be much smaller. Just stitch it sideways out. So you don't have a straight seam. You can see you have a curve here and have a much bigger area here for turning around. Now we do exactly the same to all the other stripes first of all. Now all my 6 stripes are stitched already. So what you do, you take some thick thread, not a thin one because it will easily rip out otherwise. And first of all stitch it to the end where you made it wider, where you stitched wider. Stitch a couple of stitches in so it's on, and thread it and knot it into a very thick needle which does not have a sharp end. Now you go, without going through the material, you put this long needle in. The longer it is the better usually, and pull it slowly through until you see it gets the length where it starts pulling. You can already put it much farther through, that's up to you, because now comes the only real fiddly job on this. You got to push the ending first of all in. You can try to do this with a needle. It's got to be a certain tension on already. As I said, this is fiddly. Got to look on all sides. If the needle is too sharp and you can't get nowhere like me at the moment, take some other item, whichever you have, with a sharp front, that you bit by bit can push this end in, as you can see here. That's quite a good start at the moment. Now best push your big needle through to the end already and get some tension on this area on. Now slowly pull this bit by bit over the end through. Very slowly. See, I got too much there, then it won't go. You have to slightly pull it back again and start again. You need some more material now here again, but really do it slowly, otherwise it's too much material and you can't get it over the edge. Slowly, otherwise it will not go around on the top there. Almost through here. That's always good when you already have a little bit of the actual holder there, because you can put more tension on. Otherwise it's always a bit risky if your thread wants to rip. Oh, there we go. All the way through. Now that's your tiny little holder, and we do exactly the same to all the other ones. All my holders are finished, stitched and turned around, and already all three I fastened onto my little top here. In case if you say, oh, I don't want three there and I only got one color, that's of course your choice. You can just make one little holder and put it on your top, will just look as nice. Or in my case with three, you have different possibilities again. You can stitch them in the front in one position, as I did here, and in the back, instead of pulling them over and have them in the same position, it probably looks nicer if in the back you stitch it on in different positions. And another possibility you got, if you buy yourself some little ornaments, or maybe you got some jewelry which is falling to pieces from a chain, you take them off and you push them onto here. To hold them in position, you just put a little nut into the stripe here, and that will hold it in position. So you can actually, like if you have many of them, you can put two there, you can put the next one here, and so on, and make a real nice holder for this top. Same of course then on this side. But we also have another possibility. So now I show you this idea. As you do with your hair, you're going to do a plaiting here. And that is so nice. That is the reason why I've chosen three different colors. Of course, you can also do this with one single color, that's not a question. But I think as I got exactly those colors in the top here, this will, as a summer top, this will really make it nice and sparkling looking. Well, that is something I don't need to show you any farther on, as you've probably done this 100 times in your life, on your own hair or on your children's hair. And I will show you in a moment what it looks like when I'm totally finished with it. As you see, I finished my plaits on both sides. And again now you have two possibilities. You can either measure it out, best try your top on, measure exactly the length out and stitch it onto the end to get your holders done here. Or you can say you would like to have it as a neck holder top. That's why I made them so long for myself, because that's probably what I would like to do. And then you just tie it in the neck for yourself. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial on, as we say, spaghetti träger for a nice summer top. And I hope you will be around again for my next videos. Have fun. Goodbye till next time. My name's Lilo. Tschüss.